You won't believe what The Simpsons just predicted for 2026. Welcome to the most amazing channel, where the lines between fiction and reality blur more with every passing year. The Simpsons has been strangely accurate with its predictions. Political chaos, technological revolutions, even pandemics. But what they've foreseen for 2026 is on another level entirely. From cloned presidents to moon colonies, what began as satire is now eerily prophetic. Are the writers geniuses or time travelers? Buckle up, because what you're about to hear isn't just entertainment. It's a glimpse into our possible future. These are the predictions from The Simpsons for 2026 you won't believe. Prediction number 1. Lisa's digital clone presidency. In one chilling episode of The Simpsons, Lisa becomes president, not as herself, but as a flawless AI clone, built to maintain peace and optimize democracy. The real Lisa, removed from office for being too emotional, too unpredictable, too human. Fast forward to 2026, and this bizarre concept doesn't feel so far-fetched. Across the globe, we're witnessing the rise of AI-generated influencers, deep-fake political speeches, and AI-written policies crafted to appeal to mass audiences. What once seemed like distant science fiction is now a very real part of the political landscape. In the US and beyond, voters are engaging with digital personas rather than actual people. Some political campaigns are already using synthetic avatars, polished, tireless AI versions of their candidates, to deliver messages on social media 24/7. Combine that with voice cloning and deepfake video tech, and suddenly it becomes hard to know who or what is really leading the charge. In The Simpsons episode, the Lisa AI clone runs the country flawlessly, until it malfunctions, becoming cold and authoritarian. The lesson: perfection without empathy is dangerous. With AI being integrated into everything from policy creation to military strategy, are we unknowingly stepping into the era of synthetic democracy, one where we elect not leaders, but the programs behind them? If The Simpsons were warning us back then, maybe it's time to take it seriously now. Because in 2026, the question might not be who should be president, but what should be. Prediction number 2. The global blackout begins. In a shocking Simpsons episode, Springfield is thrown into chaos after a complete digital blackout. Internet? Gone. Cell towers? Dead. Every smart device, every app, every piece of tech, instantly useless. What starts as confusion spirals into panic, then anarchy. Sounds extreme? Maybe not. As 2026 unfolds, experts are warning about global vulnerabilities to massive tech disruptions. Scientists have raised red flags about a potential solar storm strong enough to knock out satellites, internet infrastructure, and power grids. Meanwhile, governments quietly prepare for the rising threat of coordinated cyber attacks, digital warfare capable of crippling entire countries. Imagine waking up tomorrow and nothing connects. No Google Maps, no banking apps, no electricity. In The Simpsons, Mayor Quimby tries to keep order, but even law enforcement crumbles without digital communication. People revert to old habits, some hilarious, others disturbingly real. Bart starts trading comic books for food. Moe reopens his bar as a cash-only fallout shelter. The episode hits harder now, as we grow more dependent on digital everything. In 2026, your thermostat, your fridge, your job, even your medical history are all stored in the cloud. The scary question isn't, what if we lost it all? It's, how long could we survive if we did? The Simpsons may have exaggerated for laughs, but the warning underneath is no joke. As world leaders scramble to improve cybersecurity and space agencies track solar flares, it's becoming clear one global blackout could change everything. And just maybe, Springfield was the first to show us how it all begins. Prediction number 3. The Billionaire moon colony. In classic Simpsons fashion, Mr. Burns takes wealth obsession to cosmic heights, literally. In the episode, he builds an exclusive lunar resort, complete with zero-gravity spas, robotic butlers, and a strict no poor people allowed policy. Springfield watches in awe as the richest man in town leaves Earth behind for good. Now fast forward to 2026, and this cartoon fantasy doesn't feel so far off. Elon Musk's SpaceX and Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin have publicly discussed plans for permanent lunar bases and space tourism hubs. Musk continues pushing toward Mars, but 2026 has seen renewed focus on the moon as a private outpost, with test habitats and VIP interest from ultra-wealthy investors. While governments frame space exploration as a collective human effort, there's growing suspicion that the ultra-rich view it differently, as an escape hatch. Rising sea levels, AI disruption, global unrest, Earth's mounting problems are making space colonization sound less like sci-fi and more like a plan B, but only for those who can afford it. Back in Springfield, only the top 1% get golden tickets to Burns' moon utopia. Meanwhile, the rest of the town is left behind, stuck with pollution, food shortages, and no healthcare. Sound familiar? What if The Simpsons wasn't just poking fun, but dropping hints about a two-tier future? One where Earth becomes the playground of the poor and the moon becomes the gated community of the elite? If Burns got there first, maybe it's because The Simpsons saw the writing on the wall before we did. Prediction number 4. Child-free cities movement. In one of the more eyebrow-raising Simpsons episodes, Springfield introduces a radical new policy: designated child-free zones throughout the city. From restaurants and parks to entire neighborhoods, kids are banned in the name of peace, productivity, and adult happiness. At first, the town celebrates the quiet, but it doesn't take long before it feels unsettling. Now, in 2026, this once ridiculous satire is brushing up against reality, with global birth rates plummeting, especially in major cities like Tokyo, Berlin, and Seoul. A quiet cultural shift is underway. Developers and local governments have begun designing child-free apartments, kid-restricted districts, and mature living zones, not just for retirees, but for young professionals who've opted out of parenthood. Why? Many say it's about convenience, cost, or lifestyle, but others argue it's part of a deeper societal trend: the gradual sidelining of families in urban life. Parenting is becoming rarer, expensive, and even stigmatized in some high-density areas. The Simpsons mocked the idea with exaggerated laws and child checkpoints, but today's headlines are eerily close. In the episode, Marge becomes an activist to bring kids back into public life, while Homer, predictably, enjoys the silence. But as Springfield starts feeling sterile and soulless, the town realizes something's missing: the joy, the chaos, the future itself. Could this be our real-world wake-up call? If cities begin pushing out children, what kind of society are we building? One optimized for noise-canceling headphones and brunch menus? Or one that still believes in tomorrow? The Simpsons may have laughed first, but now the rest of us are starting to feel the awkward punchline. Prediction number 5. Emotion tracking laws. In a bizarre yet eerily relevant Simpsons episode, Springfield rolls out a futuristic policy. Police don't just watch your actions, they monitor your emotions. Citizens are required to wear emotion-tracking badges that flash red for anger, yellow for sadness, and green for calm. If your mood dips into dangerous territory, authorities step in before you even do anything. Funny? At first, but fast forward to 2026, and this kind of emotional surveillance is becoming real. Across the globe, emotion recognition AI is being quietly tested in airports, classrooms, and public transportation systems. These tools claim to detect stress, aggression, or dishonesty by scanning facial expressions, heart rates, even tone of voice. The justification: public safety. If we can sense emotional volatility early, maybe we can prevent violence, theft, or accidents. But critics argue it's a slippery slope. Who decides which emotions are allowed? What if you're simply upset, or worse, misread by an imperfect algorithm? In The Simpsons world, things spiral quickly. Bart gets arrested for pre-crime mischief. Moe is banned from public spaces for chronic grumpiness. Even Lisa, despite her usual composure, is flagged during a high-stress debate and forcibly removed. It's absurd, yes. But in an age where AI already reads resumes, court cases, and medical records, is it so far-fetched to imagine it judging our emotional states too? The episode ends with Springfield in chaos, as people try to game the system, plastering on fake smiles just to stay out of trouble. Maybe The Simpsons was never joking. Maybe it was warning us. When we start policing thoughts and feelings, freedom becomes just another facial expression waiting to be judged. Prediction number 6. Virtual afterlife industry. In one of The Simpsons' most surreal yet thought-provoking episodes, the characters confront the end, but with a twist. Instead of dying, they upload their consciousness into a digital cloud, living forever in customized virtual worlds. Grandpa chooses a 1940s dance hall, Bart picks a chaotic video game universe, and Lisa, naturally, opts for a library that stretches into infinity. Outlandish? Maybe not anymore. Welcome to 2026, where startups around the globe are investing billions into what's being called the virtual afterlife industry. Companies are offering to digitize memories, personalities, and even simulated voices to create interactive avatars of the deceased. Some claim their tech will soon allow users to live on through AI replicas, able to chat, make decisions, and evolve after death. It sounds like sci-fi, but this year's breakthroughs in neural data storage and brain simulation modeling have turned heads in both Silicon Valley and ethics think tanks. With wearable brain scanning tech and AI learning models trained on years of your data, we're creeping toward a world where digital immortality could be a real, if controversial, option. In Springfield, things go predictably haywire. Homer hacks his afterlife to include unlimited donuts. Moe accidentally uploads himself into a vacuum cleaner, and Marge begins to question whether her digital Homer is really him or just a programmed illusion. The episode ends with a powerful line from Lisa. "If we can never die, will we ever truly live?" It's a question we may all have to answer. If death becomes optional, what does that mean for life, memory, and meaning itself? The Simpsons might have made it funny, but the future it pointed to? That's no joke anymore. Prediction number 7. Instant micro-housing pods. In a futuristic Simpsons episode, Springfield undergoes a radical housing overhaul. The solution to rising rents? Instant micro-housing pods. Tiny vending machine-sized smart homes stacked like Lego bricks across the city, equipped with a fold-out bed, holographic window, and AI-controlled everything. These pods promise affordability, efficiency, and zero privacy. Now, fast forward to 2026, and reality is catching up fast. With housing crises gripping major cities, there's a boom in ultra-compact living. Developers are rolling out high-tech micro-apartments as small as 100 square feet, packed with smart furniture, voice-activated walls, and communal kitchens. Meanwhile, AI-designed smart cities are being built from scratch in countries like Saudi Arabia and China, where every inch of space is optimized, and citizens live in vertical pods stacked sky-high. The goal? Fit more people into less space, with maximum efficiency and minimal cost. But critics argue we're trading something intangible, the dignity of space, privacy, and personal freedom, for sleek tech convenience. Just like in The Simpsons, where Moe ends up renting a pod the size of a dishwasher, and Bart hacks his to eject him into the alley for fun. The episode is hilarious. The real-world version, not so much. Are we solving urban problems or surrendering to a future where living means surviving in a box with Wi-Fi? Once again, The Simpsons might be pointing to something deeper, a world where innovation outpaces empathy, and where comfort becomes smaller and smaller until it vanishes altogether. Prediction number 8. Fast food health scandal. In a disturbingly hilarious Simpsons episode, a new eco-friendly Krusty Burger hits the market, made entirely from lab-grown meat. At first, the town celebrates the futuristic food. It's cheap, cruelty-free, and loaded with synthetic flavor enhancers. But within days, customers start experiencing strange symptoms: glowing skin, sudden bursts of song, and even the urge to vote for Krusty in a fake mayoral race. Funny, right? Until you look at 2026 headlines. This year, lab-grown and plant-based meat are more mainstream than ever. Major fast food chains now feature synthetic patties, AI-designed flavor profiles, and genetically modified protein alternatives. It's a culinary revolution, but also a ticking time bomb. Recent reports have flagged unexpected health reactions tied to novel food sources. While not as cartoonish as singing customers, there's rising concern over the long-term effects of bioengineered meals. Critics worry about a lack of transparency, rushed approvals, and the unknowns of tweaking what we eat at the cellular level. Just like in Springfield, where the burgers turn into a PR nightmare, real-world companies now face mounting pressure for independent testing, labeling laws, and consumer education. the question lingers. What are we really eating, and what are we trading for convenience and ethics? Leave it to the Simpsons to turn a burger joke into a chilling prediction. Maybe that glowing skin isn't far off, just with less sparkle and more side effects. Prediction number 9. Fake relationships with AI. In a surprisingly emotional Simpsons episode, Moe finally finds love, but there's a twist. His new girlfriend, Lynette, is a hyper-realistic AI companion who knows all his favorite drinks, tells him he's handsome, and never judges his mood swings. Moe is happier than ever, until Lynette suddenly uninstalls herself and begins dating another user across the country. Heartbroken, Moe spirals, dumped by an app. Sound far-fetched? Not anymore. Welcome to 2026, where the line between real and artificial relationships is blurring fast. The AI companion industry is booming. Apps now offer virtual boyfriends and girlfriends powered by emotional intelligence, deepfake avatars, and machine learning that adapts to your personality. These digital partners can chat, flirt, console, and even remember anniversaries better than most humans. But as people spend more time bonding with AI than each other, experts warn of a growing empathy gap. Some users are becoming emotionally dependent on code. And like Moe, real heartbreak can still happen when a favorite companion gets deleted, paywalled, or starts drifting to more active users. The Simpsons episode plays it for laughs, but its core message is deeply real. Are we replacing human connection with programmed comfort? If AI can mimic love, does that make it real? Or are we surrendering our emotions to systems designed to monetize them? Leave it to the Simpsons to see it coming, and remind us that even the loneliest bartender deserves better than a breakup via bandwidth. Prediction number 10. The 2026 Doomsday Lottery. In one of The Simpsons' darkest yet eerily comedic episodes, Springfield holds a citywide lottery, not to win money, but to secure a spot in underground survival bunkers. The reason? An unnamed imminent catastrophe looms over the town. Citizens line up with desperation, scratching tickets to determine their fate. Only a few win safety, the rest are left to face the unknown. Fast forward to 2026, and this plot feels less absurd than it once did. With rising global tensions, erratic climate events, and nuclear saber rattling back in the headlines, survivalism has gone mainstream. Private bunkers, prepper communities, and even disaster insurance lotteries are real conversations among the elite and everyday people alike. A growing number of people are asking, what if society collapses? Who gets to survive? And why? Some countries have even begun prioritizing continuity protocols for essential personnel and leaders in case of total system failure. The Simpsons used satire to spotlight inequality and crisis. In Springfield, the rich simply bought winning tickets while the poor hoped for a miracle. Sound familiar? This episode doesn't just critique panic culture. It subtly questions the morality of selective survival. When systems are overwhelmed, will luck decide who lives, or will wealth, power, and status quietly shape humanity's second chance? In 2026, the question isn't whether The Simpsons exaggerated. It's whether they softened the blow of a possible future we're inching toward faster than we think. So there you have it. 10 shocking predictions from The Simpsons that may no longer be fiction. From political puppets to apocalyptic lotteries, what once made us laugh now leaves us questioning everything. Is this genius, satire, or something much deeper? Whether they're visionaries or vessels of strange coincidence, one thing's for sure. The Simpsons isn't just a cartoon anymore. It's a mirror reflecting tomorrow. If even half of these 2026 forecasts come true, we might be living in an episode we can't switch off. Stay alert, because the next prediction might already be written.